Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe's Classic Video Games back with another cool video for you today. I am working on my truck again. We had such a great response to when I was working on my truck before. I figured I'd film the next thing that I did to it. So if you didn't see, this is a 1983 C10 Silverado Chevy, and it's got a 350 in it, and it's trying to blow up on me. But I have to drive it a little bit longer because my other truck is being repaired and I don't have it back yet. So I have to limp this one along a little bit longer. I've been putting off working on it for a long time. So on our last video, we replaced the water pump, and that is very cool. Nothing's leaking. So we got it where it's not leaking coolant anymore. Even though this engine we're going to end up rebuilding soon, or having rebuilt soon. I'm not going to do it myself. I have to get it where it'll carry me around and hopefully not blow up before I get my other one back. So we fixed the coolant leak, and that's a good thing, isn't it? It also has an oil leak. Not quite so easy to fix that one. And it has a power steering leak. The power steering pump has been problematic. I lost some of the bolts to it, and I got those in and all that. So we're going to see today if we can change the power steering pump, which isn't that hard. The hard thing is removing the pulley and putting it on the new pump. Not positive I can do that, but we're going to try it. Now normally you would do this while it's mounted on the engine, but let me think about that for a minute. I might have to yeah, we might have a problem there. I don't know. We're going to see. Normally you have to do it while it's mounted on the engine, but I think I'm going to remove it from the engine because I can't get to it very well. I think I'm going to take it off and try to take the pulley off the engine. The thing sticks way out, so I'd have to have a wrench up inside here, and I don't think it would work right. I could take all this apart again, I guess. But we'll see. So I'm going to take that off. I've got new hoses for it. Now, the power steering box is also screwed up. A lot of play in the power steering. I've ordered one of those, but it hasn't came in yet. And that's kind of a separate thing. So I'm going to try to do the power steering pump first, put the new hoses on it, and then I will have to refill it with fluid once I swap out the gearbox too, but that's not the end of the world. So first thing I'm going to do is there is one big bolt here that's holding this entire pump on, because with the other bolt's missing and the nut on the other part's missing. Oh, look at this. I just noticed that my fan belt broke. I am missing an entire fan belt. That would explain why my air stopped working. So my new fan belt I put on is gone. Wow. How'd that happen? Must have had it too tight. So we'll put the old one back on. How's that? So I'm going to take the power steering pump off, which will be very easy now since there's only one belt on it instead of two. And then we'll put a new, well, the old fan belt back on it from last time. So it's really easy. You take this bolt here off. There's another one on the other side, but it's not in there. I'll loosen up the 3 or 4 bolts on the air conditioner whenever we go to put it back on, but for now I won't need that. So I've got literally one bolt holding the power steering pump on. So let me take that off. All right, I got my boom box back out. So I took it off. Like I said, there was literally only one bolt holding it on, and I had one hose going to the power steering pump. The other hose uses clamps and a rubber hose in the middle, so that was really easy to take off. We're going to put all new on all that stuff. All new, people. Nothing to fret about. So it came off pretty easy, but here's the hard part. So when you buy a new one, it doesn't have the pulley on it, so you have to have a pulley puller to pull your pulley. So we're going to see if our pulley puller can pull the pulley. What do you think? So there's a bunch of different ones. But I got this little kind of plain one that I bought at O'Reilly a while back. If I can get it apart. Right. So the way it works is basically as you tighten, yeah, it's going to work. So basically you put this around it. You can go one of two ways. That would be the way there. I can get it all apart for you. You put these two little clips around it, one on each side, and then you slide this sleeve down over it, and the top of the clip is hooking on this bad boy. And so basically as you hold this one nut and turn the other one, and as you do that, it applies a bunch of force and pulls this up off of the snout. And then whenever you want to put the new one on, you put this on top of the pulley. It screws in that thing, and then as you hold this and turn this, it pushes the pulley back on. But this is all sketchy as hell, so we'll see if it's actually going to work. If it doesn't work, I'll be screwed, because I'll be sitting here with two power steering pumps and neither one of them having a pulley on it. So I'll have to go get another installer or something. But this is the only truck I have running right now. So I might have to call somebody and say, hey, bring me a part. But it's probably not going to come to that, people. We're probably going to get the pulley on it, no problem. So I'll put the thing on it and then show you what it looks like with the setup on it. They were deleting me early on the last video. They were blocking out parts of the songs because I was playing the good music. All right, so I got the thing on here. So you put the two little things on, you tighten this down, and then so it's loose like that. You slide this little sleeve over it to hold it all together. And then as you hold this one with one wrench and tighten this one with another, it pulls on that lip around the front of the pulley. And eventually we'll pull it off. Now it's better if you got power tools. But you see any power tools around here? Oh wait, there's one. All right, it's talking to me. You want to hear it? Here it go. Something's happening. Hopefully that's the sound of the pulley pulling off. Who's the man with the master plan? Okay, so here's the new pump. I put the bracket on it. There's three bolts that hold the bracket on. So the reason that I have to replace this is because my old one, those bolts came loose. And so it was just wobbling around inside of the bracket as the fan belt turned it. And in the back of it, it rubbed up against the block or something and tore a hole right through the can, the reservoir. So we had to get all new. But yeah, we're getting there. So I was missing those screws. There we go. So I was missing those bolts. So I ordered a whole bunch of them offline, all different sizes and stuff that will fit in a Chevy. All right, so I'm gonna clean up the pulley a little bit, and then we're gonna see if we can get it pushed back on there. All right, so we're slowly putting it on, but we got a little ways to go. It's getting there though. All right, folks, we got it on there. I don't know if it's all the way as deep as it was before, but I think that's about right. That was as far as I could get it to turn, so I thought I was bottoming out, or close enough to it. So now I got to put the, I'm going to put this hose on it, just because it's a little easier when it's, to get to it whenever it's out of the truck. So we'll do that next. All right, folks, starting to get a little darker. I got it mounted back in there, and I got all the bolts in it. So there's 3 bolts holding it to the bracket, 2 bolts holding it on the engine, and a nut. This is amazing. It's never been this good before. So I've got the one hose attached. This attachment here is kind of tough because you got to get it lined up just right. And then once you do, put it back in the bracket. But take it out of the bracket first so you never get it. Don't put it in the bracket and then try to line it up. It won't work. And so the last one is the return hose. Goes from here to here. It doesn't have to be that long. So I bought some new hose. We'll cut a little short piece. Put a couple hose clamps on it. And then we're ready to fill it up and test it out. Okay, folks, I got it mounted back on there. It's the next day. It didn't leak overnight. I turned it on for a little bit last night. There's still some liquid down there on the cross member underneath it, but I think that's from when I took it off, and also the some of that may actually still be coolant from when I replaced the water pump. But we'll keep an eye on that. What you think? But it all looks pretty good, and it's running smooth. Well, as smooth as this one will run right now, but it's running. None of the pulleys are wobbling or anything, so I think we're good. And the air's working again once you put a fan belt on it. That's very important to have a fan belt. What in the hell is this? I keep finding new stuff. What's that from? Something must go over here. Let's say what? Well, I'll figure that out. Maybe I was already disconnected. See, some of this emission stuff is disconnected. I didn't do it. Wasn't me. You know Donnie might have done it though. He cray cray. Alright, so leave your comments below. Let us know what you think. The power steering pump is no longer leaking. The water pump is no longer leaking. None of the coolant's leaking. None of the power steering is leaking. My next thing I'm going to do is going to be the gearbox, because this slap won't out. So I've got a rebuilt one, but that one's a little tough because you got to get that pitman arm off the bottom, and that thing, you're much better off if you have power tools, and I do not. So I don't know about that. I don't know about that one, but you know, where there's a will there's a way, so maybe I can get it done. So leave your comments below. Let us know what you think. Make sure to subscribe to us if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up for taking the trouble to film it. I'm putting this on my brother Donnie's channel because we're trying to get him some more subscribers. So hopefully y'all enjoyed the video, and we will see you on the next one. We appreciate everybody watching. See you on the next adventure of my brother Donnie.